In 2007, the ancient historical monument of Nisa was included in the UNESCO World Heritage List, which is a clear evidence that the Turkmen people made a special contribution to world culture. Ancient Nisa occupies a worthy place in world history. The inhabitants of Parthian managed to build their capital in a favorable natural place. The city of Nisa was distinguished for its beauty, culture, art, military structure, wonderful treasures and power. This city was not only the capital of the Parthian state, it absorbed the treasury of a powerful state. These values, which have come down to us from the depths of distant centuries, amaze everyone with beautiful examples of amazing art. The old fortress of Nisa covers an area of 14-15 hectares. The fortress is located on an artificial hill. The thickness of the base of the walls of the fortress is 8 to 9 meters. The width of the upper part reached 3.5 meters. The old fortress of Nisa consists of the square hall, round temple, and central tower. Looking at this architectural monument, traces of the architecture of the royal palace of the Nisa Fortress, you could become a witness to the fact that the royal palace and the complex of temples were created according to a complex scheme. We are currently on the terrace of the royal palace. We see the amazing structure of the terrace, which consists of several corners. Several columns can be seen here. At one time, these columns were made of wood. It's assumed that over the time and with the destruction of the city of Nisa, these wooden columns were destroyed. We are looking at the square hall of the old fortress of Nisa. Amazing columns were erected here which reveal the architectural feature of the square hall. In addition, sculptures of rulers and people who have taken a worthy place in the military sphere are installed in the walls of the square hall. During archaeological excavations, it became known that over time the hall's columns were replaced by larger columns. We are located near two columns of a square hall. These columns were restored during one of the later eras by the local builders of Parthia. A huge tree was used in the creation of these columns. These huge entrance with junipers and maples grew in the capital.
meşhur arkeolog hökmünde
We are currently examining the round hall of the old fortress of Nisa. The round hall of the old fortress of Nisa was discovered by scientific archaeologists in the late 40s of the 20th century in the early 50s.
1929 yıl bilen tenelenýär.
In the old fortress of Nisa, archaeological excavations were carried out in 1946, 1947 by Ershov, in 1948 and 1949 by Davidovich, in 1949, 1952 by Masson, and in 1948-1953 excavations were carried out and the northern complex of the Round Temple was discovered. As a result of the archaeological excavations on the territory of the Parthian state, ancient finds, objects, and products made of marble, gold, silver, ivory, glass, rock crystal, created at a high level of artistic skill were found.
Mason uzak yılların dowamında
For many years, Masson led the archaeological excavations carried out on the territory of the monument of the old fortress of Nisa. During the archaeological excavations carried out on the territory of the old fortress of Nisa, numerous valuable finds were found. Among these finds are ceramics, as well as works of art, traditional objects of daily use by the inhabitants of Parthia, as well as wreaths used at festivals and celebrations. When we talk about Parthian culture, about Parthian art, first of all, the wreaths of Nisa appear before our eyes.
Misal bolup durýar. Tarih medeniýeti, tarih sunwady diýilenni ilkinji nobatda bizim gözüňizde Nusay tonlary bilýär.
The wreaths found on the territory of Nisa are considered invaluable examples of world art. One of the main values is ivory wreaths. Traditionally, wreaths consist of three parts, which are firmly attached to each other. Their height is 36 centimeters. The capacity is of 1.5 to 2.5 liters. Nisa's wreaths began to be found in the 40s of the last century. Currently, about 50 wreaths are kept in museums around the world. The wreaths found in Nisa are carefully kept in the State Museum of the State Cultural Center of Turkmenistan in the beautiful city of Ashgabat. All this opens up ample opportunities for acquainting the younger generation and numerous travelers with these valuable historical finds revealed in the territory of the ancient Parthian culture.
Hormatly prezidentimizin başçylygynda Turkmenistan döwletimizin
The old historical fortress of Nisa is of great interest to scientists and travelers all over the world. This ancient monument occupies a worthy place in the World Heritage. The old fortress of Nisa, which is a historical value of the international level, is of universal human value.
Beýik Ipek ýolunyň orgunda ýerleşýän taryhy ýadygarlyklary gazyp tarys işlerini alyp barmagyň, olary dünýä wagyz etmegiň milli maksatnamasyny tasdiklap berdi. Mehriban prezidentimizin
Under the leadership of the sitting president, historical and archaeological monuments located on the territory of Turkmenistan are comprehensively studied. In December 2017, the sitting president approved the national program of the conduct of archaeological excavations of monuments located on the territory of Turkmenistan and along the Great Silk Road in 2018-2021.
Halkara ähmiýetli döwlet tutumlary elmydama rowaz alsyn.